Oh. Cool. And we're live.
Are we? Hey.
Yep.
Happy, what is it, Tuesday. Hope everybody's having a great Taco Tuesday. How you doing
Taco
today, Scott?
Tuesday. Good. Feeling good.
Yeah.
Second episode on the way. We're about to do this. Welcome back. Hopefully we have all of our mic issues fixed. Yesterday was a bit rough. We were working out some kinks. Couldn't hear me. I think we should be good though. Welcome back, BitmonkeyTV.
Yeah. Welcome.
It's official.
It's official.
It's official.
I love it, right?
We started it. It is in motion, and that is the biggest thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We've done it. We've put the groundwork in. We've laid the groundwork. I think that's what I was trying to say.
Right. We're trying to set that foundation.
Yeah, set
and
that
like
foundation.
to be honest, today. So yesterday we it wasn't really scripted per se, but we did have some questions. Right?
Yeah,
we kinda
yesterday
started it off. We didn't like read off of a fucking whiteboard or anything like that. But today is truly just we're connecting and we're talking. There's no idea behind like what we want to talk about.
Yes,
we just
sir.
wanted to come on board and say hello and be consistent.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So
just kind of to give you guys, I guess, catch you up to speed if you didn't watch that first one. I would tell you to go watch that first one, but it was kind of a shit show. So
I mean, so
go watch that first one if you don't know much about us.
Yeah.
We talk about our lives, our backgrounds, and then we also ask each other 7 questions, sort of pertaining to sort of maybe how. I think they're all over the place, actually.
Yeah. No, they really were,
Yes.
and you guys will probably notice like as we release more episodes and record more streams, I'm sure we'll revisit some of those questions.
Oh, definitely.
Because I'm sure like you feel like maybe 1 or 2 questions you could have answered a little differently. I know I feel that way because I was also sleep deprived.
Especially on that first episode. I mean, my heart's jumping out of my chest. It's still jumping out of my chest.
I know, right? I don't know why this is so fucking exciting.
I think it's the first time sort of I've been on camera enough that this shouldn't.
I was about to say for you, this
shouldn't be
walk in the
nerve-wracking
park,
for
right?
me. Yeah, I've definitely been in front of scarier cameras. This one, I think, it makes me nervous because I'm so excited about the project that we're working on.
Yeah,
and I think that I really want to make sure that I get our message across and that we're as authentic with our audience as possible. Because I think that entering this space, especially entering the NFT space right now, there's a lot of people just kind of cash grabbing, coming in, being like, hey, I'm here, boom, I'm out. You've made your money, you've done your thing in the NFT space, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That's the last thing I want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's probably it. That's the nerves. It's just me wanting to really care about the space and respect everyone that's been here before me. So
I love it. I love it. And for the record, like for the audience listening, that's honestly why I showed him the white paper. He didn't say that up front, but I had a sense that for him to join a space so foreign, right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be for the money. It'd be to learn. It'd be to impact that space, to bring your value, your passion, what you care about to that space.
Definitely.
And you guys are going to see a lot unravel over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a lot of work ahead of us, but, hopefully in the next month, we'll have a product that we're launching to you guys. An idea, a big idea.
It's going to be a blueprint for others to follow, I think.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's why I'm releasing the white paper. There's going to be no legalities behind that, right? We're just protecting the name for the long-term IP of what we're going to do with the characters and brands within that name. Right?
Definitely.
So, but man, we are fucking excited. I don't know if anybody's
Too excited.
So
Too excited.
Let's talk about today.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that you want to maybe share with them that you didn't relay yesterday? Or maybe with me?
I think that today more so I wanted to talk about I guess our goals in the NFT space, what we would really like to do. Short term, long term, maybe everything's not fully formulated long term, and I wish we could talk more about the project because that will
the question
sort of go into it a bit more.
Yeah.
But I think be as concise as you can without, revealing the project, which hopefully we'll be able to talk about here pretty soon once we release the white paper and everything. Which, I mean, I hope you guys are excited as we are. When Marcelo approached me about this project, I honestly my heart started just going crazy. I got scared. I'm like, and scared, being scared, being afraid in my experience is a great thing. If you're not afraid to do it, it doesn't mean you're taking risks. You're too safe. you know,
I
and
love that perspective.
and this is, you know, this is putting myself out there, you know, as a person and as a business, and sort of trying to dive into something that's brand new to me. It's not brand new in the sense that I've been in the crypto space a bit, but NFTs are something. I haven't even minted my first NFT. All my friends.
We're gonna have to change that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to change that. We're gonna change that before this project.
Change that real soon. We'll create a dummy account. That way you guys can't go and grab his Genesis. Or
yeah, but I mean, it's just so cool to see my friends, you know, blowing this space up. Dave and Silva, and you know, everybody, you know, the whole Made by Animus crew. It was crazy just to see them launch. I had no idea what they were doing at first, and then to see them come out and just kind of pioneer all this, you know, the stuff that they're doing, and really to give you know, artists a platform and a voice that maybe they never had. It's wild. It almost feels like the beginning of Instagram again, like the Wild West. Everyone's kind of started feeling things out still and finding, you know, the best path to go down. And I think that with this project, man, it aligns with my goals, I think, in that, you know, without revealing too much, I've always wanted to help people. And I think that this project will allow me to help others in a way that I've never been able to before. And so I'm really excited about that. And, you know, part of me just wants to be a part of this whole movement like my friends are, you know. I just want to be like, you know, let me in, let me into this club, like let me hang out, like let's do some fun stuff. And so I hope that this first project, as big as it is, helps. And you know, I'm not saying that I won't release NFTs before this, because hopefully I do, but this project
we'll make sure you do.
Hopefully will really, like, kind of, it'll change things for sure, but it'll also let them know, like, hey, Scott's here, you know, he's not here to mess around, he's doing something. And I think I just want to prove it to myself and prove it to the world that, hey, you can do something a little other than photography. You know, I love photography, don't get me wrong, I love photography, but I've always wanted to be multifaceted and been able to do other things in life. Photography is great, but it's not, at the end of the day, you know, my end all be all. I am an artist, and I want to branch out and do other things, you know, within the art world. And maybe I'm not directly creating the art, maybe I'm directing art, or, you know, helping, you know, other creatives fulfill their art dreams, taking a step back and letting other people's kind of art careers, photography careers flourish. And that's just something, damn, that gets me so excited to be able to help others and do that.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. No,
I think.
And sorry to cut you off, but
no, go in. I've been talking too much.
What he was saying about that energy, I thought I was crazy at first, but then I started to think about it. I was like, holy shit. I think it's so simple. It's that simple that I don't know why anybody hasn't thought of creating a project with the economics that this project has, but it's so fucking simple.
It's a simple idea, but when executed correctly, the value that it's going to be able to return, it's incredible.
Both immediate, and long term.
I mean, that's why I initially was hooked. I'm like, holy.
I know
this project almost sells itself. Like, you know, don't get me wrong, I love great art, but if you're able to combine great art with tokenomics, that's it.
And that's exactly why.
Beautiful relationship.
You know, he was brought on board, as you guys know by now, as a creative. I have been an aspiring creative my whole life. But I'm horrible with Photoshop. Let's just, I wanted to say something different, right? I wanted to, like,
you can learn a few things,
but like, all right, so he takes over on the composition you guys are looking at. I know it's very simple, with a little border, but you should have seen mine before and the steps I took to create it. He's like, wait, but why did you
why did you do this?
And then I started watching him, and he literally created what I created in a third of the time, and it made more sense.
And I'm even still rusty in Photoshop, because it's been, you know, this pandemic has brought, you know, everybody is kind of out of their comfort zone, and I haven't been diving into Photoshop, you know, like I used to be in Photoshop every day. They used to be like the wizard actually in there, just like I'd shoot photos, immediately just dump into Photoshop, start messing around. I'd shoot like thousands of photos, but I'd take one photo, and just dive into that and just go crazy off the deep end with Photoshop. And that used to be a big part of my life, and I hope it is again someday. But, you know, with Corona and everything, the photo industry is taking a hit. Any industry that involves, it's really heavily on that relies heavily on person to person sort of interactions. Like imagine, you know, festivals and stuff that was done.
Yeah.
It's coming back finally, thankfully.
Florida.
Just took
Shout
a hit.
out to Florida.
Shout out Florida. I don't know about all that, but
Well, all right. Take that with a grain of salt.
I mean, they were pioneers, I guess you could say.
Or a grain of sand, whatever the fuck that's.
Grain of salt.
Is it grain of salt?
Yeah, I don't know if you're eating a grain of sand.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah,
I get it. Ooh, that's funny.
All right, and hopefully our mics are still working. I hope I'm not drinking this water too close. And
I know I'm advertising for Guru over here. I need to need to send this to
For
them. Be
real.
like, yo, you want to see these on there anymore? You're gonna have to send a couple cases a month. You know?
so let's dive back.
Yeah, let's go back to the
into
creative,
your
so-
back into your ideas and like kind of what you want to do with NFTs and how you foresee your future in
So-
NFTs and even crypto too. I mean, it's not all about NFTs. Like NFTs are a great part and they're a new, exciting part of crypto, but you know, at the end of the day, they're not. You know, I don't think they're the end all be all when it comes to crypto. Maybe there might be something else, you know, that's developed down the line.
So what I'm kind of, you know, thinking ahead is I'm going to first give a shout out to Robert Breedlove and Michael Sayer, that 9-episode series. If you haven't seen it yet, I think it's 2 years old now.
I have not.
They
You're gonna have
recorded
to
it at
catch me
the
up.
end of 2018, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But if you go into YouTube, type in Robert Breedlove, Michael Sayer, you'll find a 9-part episode series.
Yeah.
I recommend...
Give us a brief kind of
regardless
idea of what
your-
you might
your-
get
your
from that.
knowledge. If you haven't seen that, go watch that.
Yeah.
It's an interesting perspective.
Well, what is the gain, you know, in your eyes? Like just quick, kind of why.
He explains the history before he talks about his opinions, his projections. I mean, he doesn't really give projections per se, but he really starts talking about the future and how Bitcoin has a space in that future. But before he goes, I think that's episode 7. The first 6 episodes, they barely mention a word of Bitcoin because he's talking about the history of human civilization, the history of mankind, and how throughout time history repeats itself, and there's always a technological shift. Right? But we don't realize, the ones living in that time don't realize it's that shift until we're older and we look back and we're like, holy shit, we lived through that. We didn't really necessarily see that. That's what he sees, and I've seen it, but I can't take credit for that. Not until I saw that 9-part series. That was so valuable. They are long, I will admit. Robert has an intro and outro, which are range between 15 to 45 minutes of just him talking to the camera, whether it's prefacing the episode or whether it's summarizing what was discussed in the episode.
It seems like they got a lot of important stuff to say, though.
But then Michael Sayer, he's also the CEO. I hope I don't butcher this name. MicroStrategy, right? That company, MicroStrategy. They have. They're one of. I don't know if they made the biggest investment as far as publicly from a business perspective on their balance sheet for Bitcoin, but he's been buying every dip, man. Keep up the great work. I hope to have you on the podcast one day, both of you, to be honest.
There you go.
And Robert, by the way, I started using Swan, much better than Coinbase. So I hope they incorporate, you know, other cryptos. You know, that first 10 days was like, okay, I get it. I can't withdraw yet. But lucky for me, it's all long term. So it's not like I was dying to withdraw.
You shouldn't. If you believe in crypto and you believe in the space,
what I mean is
shouldn't be withdrawing,
withdraw
immediately.
From their platform.
Oh, gotcha.
Because anytime you have, you'll learn this.
You don't want to keep your money on the platform.
I'm going to paraphrase from Robert.
On the platform.
Yeah, it's like an IOU.
Yeah.
You leave it on Coinbase. You leave it on any crypto exchange. It's an IOU.
Yeah.
Period.
It makes sense.
It's not yours.
Yes. If that platform goes down,
you're
bye-bye.
fucked. Yeah.
Exactly.
There's no guarantee you'll get any of that back. So.
Got it.
So yeah, I highly recommend you guys go watch that episode because.
Well, what did those guys teach you? How does that relate to your goals in crypto?
Oh, how does it relate to my goals in crypto?
Yeah. You're big.
It technically doesn't. It technically doesn't. That 9-part series doesn't.
There you go, guys.
Yeah.
That's Malo. He's very good on going off on tangents. He's incredible at it.
Oh yeah.
So I just gotta reel him back in.
And I'm horrible at casting. Is that I just learned what that word meant. Isabel taught me. Happy birthday, Isabel.
Hey, shout out my niece.
Yeah, his niece, my goddaughter. She's a beautiful.
Shout out Ben Barrero.
Right?
If you're watching this.
I know.
Someday.
Shout out Ben. Kelly, Mark, everybody else. But going back to what are my goals? You know, and I don't want it to sound cheesy, but the goals have changed, right? As we talked about with yesterday's episode. This year, my goals have changed quite a bit. The goal is to teach as many people as possible about the technology. And if I can't teach them, open the door.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
Because right now, I think we briefly touched on this yesterday. Naturally, crypto heads, crypto nerds, whatever you want to call them, right? I don't want to say they're offensive, but I don't want to say they're defensive, but there's some toxic comments in the community, and there has been for a long time.
I think that our communities with crypto must be so different because, well,
we got to understand with Bitcoin and these forums.
Yeah,
they don't
because
have to put their
I mean,
IDs.
right now it's not so much about, like, it's more about NFTs than, you know, the big coins or, you know, altcoins, whatever.
Yeah.
It's more about NFTs, and right now the NFT space seems like almost overly positive. Like, I've seen some people call it toxic.
I'll tell you, there is some toxic, you know.
And I think it's only toxic in a sense. I think that generally being positive is not a bad thing, but after a while, you know, it does sort of, you can tell that a bit of it's faked. But at the same time, I'd almost have fake positivity than just people, you know, like making it like Instagram again, where it's all just a big competition.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's trying to fight with each other for jobs. So,
yeah. By the way, we shouldn't be fighting.
There's
room for everybody in this space. Like,
yeah, definitely.
I support everybody joining this space. If you guys have any questions, drop a comment. I do see somebody joined in and left us.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So we haven't set up a screen yet to read comments.
We are brand new to streaming.
Yeah, this is episode number 2.
I'm just going to go double check who it is. And give me 1 second. I'm going to pop out of frame.
So I'll just drop a little note. So we originally planned to start this streaming on YouTube Live, but we created the account the day we wanted to start streaming.
Well, it seems our one viewer wants to give us a smooch. So that's nice of you. It's kind. It's very kind of you.
That's funny. I thought it was gonna be something about crypto.
So did I. I was like, oh, all right. Well then, thank you. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Yeah. So.
So, going back, what were we talking about? That was a great distraction.
Your goals and like kind of how you're saying, you know, if you can't help, you know, everyone out, at least open the doors for people to get into crypto.
Exactly, because, you know, there's always a toxic comment. There's always going to be a keyboard warrior. The same with social media.
Yeah,
like when you enter the space, just
any
understand you're going to see some negative bullshit, and it's not directed at you. It's just somebody on the other end that you need to have empathy for.
Yeah.
You don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
Right? So when you see that type of comment or that type of response, ignore or deflect and move on to the person who's accepting.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of people accepting the space, willing to teach.
Yeah.
Willing to kind of show you the ropes. But then there's a lot of those comments that people immediately get, whether it's uncomfortable, whether they're like, fuck that attitude.
Yeah.
Or, you know? Because even when I first got in the space, like many years ago, like, I mean, I wouldn't say everyone was negative, but there was some people on there doing some mischievous things, leaving some mischievous comments on BitcoinTalk.org.
Twitter, when I first got on it, I mean, this isn't nearly as early as you did, but in 2017, I think crypto Twitter was a bit, I don't know what the right word is for it. They were definitely not how they are these days. But I was lucky to have, you know, a really strong friend group who all joined, you know, started doing crypto together. I believe it was Silva or it was Dave or it was Phil or something. They got everyone on Telegraph and we were all just, you know, part of a group, and we all started working together. Even Silva's now wife, Giselle, was mastermind. She was heading all of our spreadsheets and stuff. She would create these spreadsheets for us. We would, you know, go out. We would all do our research on, you know, specific white papers and you know, coins coming out. And it was such a crazy relationship and a weird like working relationship that we all had because we were all so excited about crypto.
Yeah.
Silva had transferred that excitement, you know, into all of us, and it was so fun. It was really like a wild time, and you know, I was having fun trading. I lost a lot. I gained a good amount, and eventually I ended up just holding. I kind of got. I don't know if I didn't really get out of the space. I sort of just I think. Probably at the time I had photography projects that I had picked up and sort of took a bit more of my time. But, you know, that whole group actually still continued. And to this day, they are just blowing the doors off.
Yeah, go ahead and give them a shout out. What's the website? What's the name?
I'm pretty sure, I'm 90% sure. This is still, I'm not sure who makes up all of Made by Animus, but I'm pretty sure it's Phil, Silva, Sean, John, maybe Sil. Shout out to all them. Like, dude, they all just kept rocking with it. And it's really crazy to see, you know, how much they believed in this technology and how much they've actually been pioneering in the space now. It's wild, actually. It's crazy. I remember when they first made the Made by Animus Twitter, I was like, what is this? What is this? I knew I had something to do with crypto, but I wasn't sure, like, you know, and NFTs. And I still had no idea really what NFTs were at that point. And I'm like, this looks like they're doing something pretty damn cool here. And then they just, I'm pretty sure the whole Made by Animus group just had a huge party, probably one of the best, you know, gatherings of people at Bitcoin Miami.
Yeah,
everything I've seen from it was just totally positive. They had DJ Premier out there. They had those wizards. It was an event, you know, that, oh man, mad FOMO. Wish I was there, but I'm really glad that, you know, to see that everything they've put together is sort of, you know, it's all coming to fruition. These ideas and everything they had in this crypto space. It's just so cool, and so. I don't even know where I was going with that initial topic, but it's all exciting. It was like, that was my foray initially back then in 2017, getting into crypto with them. And now to see them, you know, so far down the road, 4 years, and they're changing the space.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to digging a little deeper on that website because you have dropped that name on me, but I haven't really. I mean, we just started this 2 days ago, so.
Yeah, this is all brand
But I'm looking forward to seeing what they've been working on. I don't think I met Silva.
Nah, but you will.
No.
I would love to have him on this someday, whether in person or just getting him on a voice call or video conference or something. That man has got knowledge.
Looking forward to it.
He is a bearded wise man.
A bearded wise man. That's a good one. So I'm guessing he has a big ass beard.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be absolutely massive. He slimmed it down, I think, for Miami. He's got a little more suave.
Of course,
you know, the Miami art guy.
Right. I've never had one of those, but I could imagine you sweat. You know.
I mean, I tried my best. I think our first podcast or our first video, I had a little tiny tuft of hair here, but
a little tuft
can't
of
grow
hair,
shit.
bush.
Yeah. Also, if you guys haven't noticed, I got a bit thicker since the last time. Put on that quarantine weight.
That's funny. Yeah, me too. I got out of my routine. I normally do the everyday exercise. So
hopefully, as the show progresses, you'll be able to see me thin out a little bit. Hopefully, back to my. Normal
they're gonna see firsthand.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, that's one of my goals. In addition to crypto, you know, this project, crypto photography. Man, I need to get I think my mental health is on track. I'm happy where I'm at these days. Like, you know, going as artists, we all struggle with things. It's something that it's an artist, you know, it's a given. You're going to deal with some shit mentally every now and then. I think, you know, getting that back on track is number one. And
I feel like in life, you know.
In life, yeah, too. Maybe it's not an artist thing, but maybe artists in a different way. But in life in general, yeah, you know, you get down on yourself sometimes and you need to pick yourself back up. And I think I've happily pulled myself out of, you know, some of the tough places I've been in. Now just getting this body back into gear.
There you go. I think I'm seeing some more comments. I'm sure she's still trying to smooch you, bro.
She or he, you know, whatever. Them,
just little trolls. Yeah. Watch them be little 8-year-olds playing COD right now.
Who knows? I don't know. Do you have any more for goals? Maybe talk about some of your life goals. Mine, I just want to lose some weight. You know, get back into life. Be really aggressive with life again.
You know, I mean, life goals, I'm going to keep it simple, right? I just want to continue to practice that self-awareness that I've been practicing over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Just be a better version of myself. I know that sounds fucking cheesy.
Pretty cheesy.
But you got to understand, like, you're either saying that for two reasons.
Yeah.
One of two reasons. You're trying to paint a fucking picture.
Yeah.
which I'm sure it's clear I'm not trying to paint a picture. I'm just expressing my thoughts and feelings and emotions based off of life experiences, right? So that's why I'm saying that. And with this whole, that white paper that I showed you, that energy he was talking about, I had the same fucking energy, and it was all by myself, right? And I was thinking, like, am I losing my mind? Like, I need to get to the point where I feel comfortable showing this to somebody soon, like before I work on it too much more, right? And I'm glad I showed it to you, because that energy mirrored mine, and it was clear.
It was literally, I was sitting there. He showed me this white paper, and I'm reading it, and he's talking about his ideas, and I'm literally sitting, and my heart is just going boom, 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 and I'm like, I'm sweating, and I'm just like, man, this is such a great idea. Like, when you hear a great idea because you feel it physically. You feel that, and I'm like, man, this idea sells itself. But I'm like really excited to work on this, and I'm glad that we were able to combine forces. You guys don't know this, but when I showed up here, he had all this audio equipment set up, and he was ready to go with a podcast. Like, why don't we just do a video? Why don't we actually, like, let's stream this, let's put it on Twitch, YouTube, whatever, and we just ran with it. So that's where we are today. And this one, I would say this show is like already 10 times better than our last one.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'll say one more thing. Because I don't know if we want to keep it as long as last time. We can also always record a couple more.
We could.
Different topics.
Yeah, different topics, yeah.
But I bought all this stuff before the end of last year, and my idea was originally to start a podcast for something called BitMonkey's Blueprint, amongst a few other projects. Well, those are clearly on hold.
Yeah.
I feel like it was just the universe kind of aligning things together. All of your video stuff, this audio stuff is already set up, and you come over.
By the way, I don't think a lot of people know this, but BitMonkey is Marcelo's company. Yes. He's been, how long have you run and operated Bitcoin or BitMonkey? And this has been a long time, because this wasn't even, BitMonkey was just, you were fixing computers before anything else.
No,
right?
Before that I was NCal Solutions.
Oh, that's right. I
piggybacked off of my family business name.
And then, so what was BitMonkey's purpose initially, and when was that?
So initially, I started BitMonkey 2014.
Okay.
2014.
And was that your more consulting side?
No, that was actually my side of leaving that other company I was with, because I just didn't agree with the boss anymore, and there was just too much conflict.
It was time.
I just felt like I wasn't learning anything anymore. Yeah. And I was only going to get so far, right? Yep. And with a company like that, they have a high turnover rate. They don't really care about your pay. They're like, we got another person who can come on board and replace you, so it's okay. So I started it from there, to control my funds more, to obviously make more. At the time, I was very driven by money. Yeah. But originally, so not a lot of people know this, but originally, and I'll show this, I might even release this as an NFT for shits and giggles, but I have the original timestamp. I was going through an old backup just the other day, and I came across BitMonkey's business plan. This was dated January of 2014, before the logo, before the idea of going down the IT support network engineer offering, because I wasn't a creative at that time. It was strictly hardware, software, networking. That was my bread and butter. Still is. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But on this paper, I write BitMonkey, ... Bitcoin consulting firm, ? Travel the world and host seminars like Andreas Antonopoulos, because he was he still is. Like, but I don't know why I didn't pursue that.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't time,
and I don't regret it. And I don't regret it, because had I done that, and then I don't know, just the financial aptitude I have today, the discipline I have today, I wouldn't have gotten it without the path I went through. Right. Yeah. Plus, you can't try to guess what would have happened or coulda, shoulda, woulda. So
another cheesy thing to say is, everything happens for a reason. Yeah. And I as much as I don't want to believe it sometimes, man, I do believe it. I firmly believe that the things happen for a reason, whether at the moment they really don't make sense. Actually, I don't know whether is the right word, but at the moment they don't make sense most of the time.
Hey, you realize how
and
many
then
years
down
it
the
took
road, you're like, that wasn't actually so bad. That it made sense in the long term.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Like when we all disagree with our parents or say, I would never do that as a kid. But you should get a little older, and guess what? You're gonna start to do that thing that you said you wouldn't do.
Oh yeah,
it's amazing. Yeah. We've all done it. I'm fucking guilty as so. Where was I was gonna piggyback off that. See, at least I had some sleep last night.
Yeah.
Like at least you don't see the bags under my eyes. I'm not like as I don't know. My brain's here today, ladies and gents. So
I didn't eat.
Thanks for bearing with us yesterday.
I didn't even want to get out of bed this morning. I'm lying in bed at like 10 o'clock.
Food. I'm getting hungry. You wanna maybe wrap this up?
Yeah, let's. I think it's a good spot actually. We're getting a bit off topic. So yeah, that's sort of our goals. Just to sort of.
I know I didn't really list mine out
everything
specifically,
but I think you did enough.
But in the coming weeks,
we'll talk more.
There's going to be a ton of information, and hopefully under an hour shows. So.
Yeah. So just like those were our goals, in crypto and in life, and
we'd like to ask you a question before we say goodbye. Right? What are your goals in life? Straight up,
let's hear that. Let's hear the question.
Drop it in the comment.
Oh, you're
Drop
asking
it in the comment,
goals
whether it's Twitch, whether it's YouTube after we post this. Let us know what your goals are in the NFT space this year.
Yeah, shoot us a message.
And we'll make sure to shout you out on the next episode and possibly bring you on as one of those little, those little interviewers that pop into the screen.
Well, hopefully, I think the goal is to have like a video conference and we could have like the person.
Oh yeah, we'll set that up. We're gonna we've got all the equipment and cabling we need. It's just a matter of taking the time.
Yeah.
Time.
Cool. Well, let's wrap it up. That's episode 2.
Good shit, dude.
Scott and Marcelo. Oh, there we go. Scott and Marcelo, BitmonkeyTV. Thank you guys for watching.
Peace.
Peace.